episode 2 of Commanders Forever, Hussein Family Edition. I am Sakina.
And I am Sakina's dad.
And we are going to present to you today's episode, which is going to be different from last time. Because this time, it is September 8th. And we, in about half an hour, will be watching the Commanders face off with the Buccaneers.
So, what's the format again of this podcast? How's this unique?
So, today, after each quarter, there's 2 to 3 minutes of just boring ads. But instead of just sitting through those boring ads, we're this time just going to give you the next episode. During that 2 or 3 minutes, we're just going to talk about the previous quarter, the highlights, how that met our expectations, and how Jayden Daniels and all the people performed. So, hopefully, in a few hours, we have smiles on our faces after the fourth quarter game recap, and we are happy to present you today's episode. Back epic first quarter. So, during the game, I took many notes. So, in the beginning of the game, Jayden Daniels was clearly excited. He was very happy. He was ready to play. So,
Is he really that happy, or is he faking it till he makes it?
I think he's happy. He has a loose personality. Okay, so in the first drive of the game, Forbes missed a tackle, but we already know Forbes, right?
He's a little man who cannot tackle people.
Well, yeah, but Sandstrom got the tackle. But so we were all super duper happy about Mike Sandstrom. But what Jalen McMillan was wide open, and Sandstrom was the one defending him. But luckily, he dropped the pass, and they only got a field goal. But none of this other stuff would have happened on the drive if Cleveland Farrell had not done a hand to the face penalty, which gave them the first down.
And that's a recurring theme of this first quarter. Lots of mistakes, so many mistakes.
Referees.
Lots of missed opportunities. I'm telling you, either you win the game or you give the game away. And right now, they are giving the game away.
All right. Brian Robinson missed a catch on an okay throw, and that actually was a 13-yard loss. Left us on 2nd and 23, 3rd and 21. Of course, Jayden Daniels could not come and get the first down. And another recurring thing with the defense was Baker Mayfield escaped our defensive line 2 times, but Bobby Wagner came in, and Bobby Wagner stopped him from getting the first down, and more. So this was an exciting first quarter, but I have even more to talk about. So we got the ball back. Jayden Daniels, this drive was more exciting. Jayden Daniels rushed for a first down, and he slided when pressure was coming. Now, from an article we've seen, Jayden Daniels actually, I think it was against Miami, his coaches told him to slide at the end of the play, but he actually didn't. He went right into pressure. But this time he did slide and protected himself.
Sakina, what type of game is Brian Robinson having so far?
Well, Brian Robinson was not having a good first quarter. And after this, another awesome rush for Jayden Daniels on 3rd and 4. He rushed for 17 yards. But we all are giving all the credit to Jayden Daniels. But the truth is, Dyami Brown was the one who blocked for him. So it probably, instead of a 17-yard play, maybe would have been a 10 or 12-yard play, which is still great. Brian Robinson had a 21-yard play.
21 yards for Brian Robinson? I thought you said he was having a bad quarter.
Yeah, but the referees did not let it count since the KS did illegal blocking, which I totally do not believe because it's a game of football. You're supposed to be aggressive.
And you're supposed to be allowed to have some contact. But these referees, year after year, game after game, no matter what you're watching, take all the fun out of the game. So we're ending the first quarter. We're down 6-0. The Bucks are running the ball against us. Their receivers are dropping open passes, and we are absolutely shooting ourselves in the foot many, many times.
All right, that will wrap up our first quarter. Hopefully, things will turn around in the second. Thank you. Okay, so the second quarter just ended. Now, the topics to discuss for the second quarter. So, at the very beginning of the second quarter, Jamin Davis had a huge sack for 13 yards. And like earlier, there were many face mask penalties. Guess what the refs did this time?
I'm not sure. What did they do? What are you getting at?
The referees didn't notice that someone on the offense actually pulled Jamin Davis's face mask.
That was a big play. That got the ball all the way down to something like the 13-yard line after he ran for like another 17. Net positive 32 yards.
Yep. And then right after that play, Forbes failed after that 2nd and 14, and it basically meant nothing. Also, guess what Mike Evans did?
Beat Emmanuel Forbes for a long gain on 3rd down.
No, he beat St. Juice for a touchdown. And guess what? Once again, Jaden Daniels got a huge rush, and good thing is he slided at the end.
Except he got whacked in the head. He's going to sustain brain damage if he keeps this up, baby.
Not necessarily. Guess what that got us? It got us a first down. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking the play before where he brought us onto the other side of midfield. And guess what Austin Eckler did right after that? Austin Eckler caught a short pass for how many yards?
22 yards.
That's crazy. And then Jaden Daniels was trying to get it all with the touchdown. I believe it was either the play before Austin Eckler's awesome play or after. He wanted it all, but he overthrew it, and Terry McLaurin couldn't get the completion for the touchdown. The coverage was just too good. And it just like you said, his helmet got whacked off for I think, and so the referees finally noticed that when his helmet came off after his awesome rush.
Baby, let me emphasize. It's a game, and you don't want to sustain a head injury. Head injuries are strongly associated with dementias further down in life and likely decreases in IQ even, to the point where if he keeps getting whacked in the head from sliding down like that, he'll never live up to his full potential.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Jaden Daniels doesn't exactly slide. He does like a little forward roll or something. He doesn't slide.
Like when you used to do when you went to gymnastics when you were like 3 years old?
Yeah. He just goes, boom, let me just lay down on my back, and then he kind of rolls forward. But guess what? He's better than Lamar Jackson. He's way better.
Does he jump up and down with joy like you used to jump on the trampoline when you used to go to tumbling when you were like 4 years old?
Well, yeah, he's so excited, so happy. But overall, Jaden Daniels did awesome. He's definitely I feel like Lamar Jackson just doesn't have that. He's not that good. Like he finally made it to this level after like so many years of playing. But Jaden Daniels is already starting to show some of those attributes at a young age, and his rookie year. But he's already matured, so that kind of explains some of it.
At the end of the first quarter, we were down 6 points, and now as the second quarter is ending, the score
the score. We're not there yet, okay? Now, Brian Robinson, yeah, he was doing very poorly in the first quarter. We aren't going to go and talk about how the whole game he was bad or something because he made up for it with his very aggressive touchdown. He fought through multiple defenders to get us a touchdown.
Because you don't want to dwell in the past. You don't want to wallow in the mistakes you made. You want to be optimistic and always be looking forward, right?
Yeah, that's something for you to learn. Now, an earlier play, I believe, the offensive line gave Jaden Daniels more than 5 seconds. Now, so he sometimes when you see him rush, you're thinking, "Oh no, the pocket's collapsing." Yeah, that's some of the times the pocket is collapsing, but some of the times people just downfield aren't open, so Jaden Daniels can get a positive gain by just rushing by himself. But his O line really is an improvement from last year. And many podcasts and articles and all that stuff, they're saying we could be top 15. Now I'm starting to see why they say that.
Yes, I agree with you. You're correct that the offensive line is playing better than we thought. I'd like them to open up some more holes for the runners, though. And the truth is, the receivers can't get enough separation from the cornerbacks that are on them. So even if Jaden has time, he can't quite get the ball to him. I haven't seen anything even remotely looking like a big pass yet.
Well, do you have anything to say about our defense?
Well, I'm concerned, baby. The run defense is shaky. They're getting a lot of first down runs. This is especially alarming since in the broadcast they keep mentioning that Tampa Bay had the worst running offense last year, and they are running it all over us. They cannot seem to tackle Jaden Daniels in the backfield anytime that.
But you know, if the Patriots could beat the Bengals, well, then I think then we could possibly beat them. And also, if our worst offensive line and worst defense could improve, I really think their running thing game could have improved. And looking at the past may not be the best thing for this situation. Now, I want to just since the third quarter is going to be starting very soon, I just want to go and just I want to make this point. Emmanuel Forbes has performed terribly today. I mean, he has not been able to get stops. He has not been able to do much at all. I'm very disappointed in everything he's done so far. Now, the defensive line has been giving a lot of pressure, but I think this is something more so that Baker Mayfield. Our defensive line has had many chances to get a sack, but I don't think we've gotten one sack. We've got really close to a sack many times. Maybe we could have gotten, 3 sacks, 4 sacks by now if we weren't if our defensive line could actually get the sack. Baker Mayfield made a play when I forgot which defender, but they were holding on his right about to sack him. He throws a pass for the first down. And now we are losing 16-7. Cade York is failing and
Should be 16-10.
yeah, and let's just go and wrap this second quarter up. Thank you for tuning into this much more interesting halftime report. Now it's time for the third quarter to begin. All right, this third quarter was crazy. So, Jaden Daniels again overthrows a pass to Terry McLaurin in the opening drive.
Learning curve.
And this drive could have been over if their referees did not call out that penalty, which actually helped us. Jaden Daniels had an 11-yard scramble for a first down. Brian Robinson had very good rushing after halftime. I mean, I don't know what happened to him because in the beginning of the game he was really bad, but now he actually has 2 touchdowns.
That boy was fire.
Very much. So there's many positives to this. Do you want to tell everyone what the positives are?
They're on the learning curve, baby. Little by little, they're getting better quarter by quarter. That would say that's a definite positive, baby. And I mean, bottom line is they scored a touchdown.
Yeah. And also, to add to that, they're getting better per quarter. Their all line is getting good. Jaden Daniels is showing some really high quality rushes. The only negative is he doesn't know how to slide. Okay. Our receivers and tight ends are not getting open a lot, but we're seeing them get better at that the more the game
Not
goes
much
on.
better, baby. There's almost no separation. We got a problem out there.
Yeah. And it's not like their defense is so good. So we really got to work on that.
They're on their second string cornerbacks.
Now, Jaden Daniels also had a first down fake on 4th and 1. He rushed for the first down.
We're going to be better on 4th and 1 all year long because of plays like that.
Yeah, and Jaden Daniels really helps out with that wide receiver aspect that we were talking about. Jaden Daniels, you know, if there's no wide receivers open, like I talked about earlier, he can go and take it in if they're not open, which we need to work on them getting open.
Okay, baby, let's just, before we wrap this third quarter session up, just tell me how you're feeling. I want to hear your emotions.
I'm feeling great.
You are?
Yeah.
We're losing.
Yeah, but I'm seeing a lot of improvement. I mean, Jaden Daniels, the one thing that I'm a little worried about is when he runs, like, his slides are not like that good. And another thing that scared me is one of the plays was an actual play that they had organized for him to run right into traffic. I did not like that at all. Except for, and another play I didn't like, he was sacked for a 10-yard loss. That was really sad. Another thing that I didn't like is Cade York missed 2 field goals. I mean, what the score could have been so much higher if it weren't for Cade York. But Dorrance Armstrong actually immediately put pressure on Baker Mayfield, and I can't remember if he got a sack or not, but he did very good.
Baby, I'm not feeling good.
Now, Olamide Zacchaeus is not having a good game. And Terry hasn't had the greatest game because he hasn't got the ball. He didn't get the ball. And for an elite receiver, he should be open more. Jaden Daniels.
Baby, I'm feeling low.
And Jaden Daniels got a little shaken up after one of the plays where he had to do a lot of weird footwork that kind of messed him up. But he was fine after that play. Now, Farrell had a great sack. And Zach Ertz is having a good game so far. Brian Robinson was from the 40, was down at the 40-yard line. He rushed down to and then he was at the 33-yard line, down to the 1-yard line. Then Jaden Daniels takes it in for the touchdown. Now that's all the good news I have for this quarter. Now it's the next time you're gonna hear me is at the end of the fourth quarter when we know the final score, when we wrap it all up in this episode. Okay, after this devastating loss.
Devastating is too strong a word, sweetie.
How
Feel
come?
devastated?
Yes.
Come on, hang in there, sweetie pie.
After this devastating loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we lost, what was the final score?
It's too painful for me to even spit it out from my lips.
Well, we only scored 20 points because apparently Luke McCaffrey was out of bounds on the 2-point conversion.
And your guy, that weirdo who can't kick field goals, missed 2 field goals. So that's 8 points right there.
Yeah. But the biggest part was Jaden Daniels.
Had his head bashed in.
Had an epic game, and at the end of the game, they showed a comparison between the 3 quarterbacks, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, and Jaden Daniels. And I can think it's safe to say that Jaden Daniels did the best of the 3 because
there's a lot of positives here, baby. Let's roll through the positives. We lost the battle, but we're going to win the war. And whenever you're faced with this type of defeat, I think you have to look at problems, any problems. Now, baby, I'm going to put my dad hat on here and give you some life advice. Look through problems through the prism of time. Sure, if you look at how you feel and the problems we have over a 3-hour period, it's pretty bad, man. Like, our secondary is in real bad shape. We have an inconsistent pass rush. We have wide receivers that are not able to separate. But on the other hand,
there's so many positives. Let's just go through the positives.
Yes.
Okay. First of all,
we have Adam Peters picking players.
Second of all, Jaden Daniels is super duper good at rushing. If someone is not open downfield, he can just use his legs to get us the first down. Our offensive line is like a million times better this year. than last year. Like if Jaden Daniels got drafted last year by us, then trust me, Jaden Daniels would already have been injured because of his 100 different sacks. So our offensive line has really improved. Today our defense didn't excel, but over the season with all this coaching, they should do better. Our secondary did very poorly, I think. Our defensive line was really close. I think Baker Mayfield really escaped many times, which is why we failed.
Mobile quarterback.
But our linebackers really helped out. Whenever that mobile quarterback left the pocket, Bobby Wagner would come in. Frankie Louver, which most Commanders fans are more, excited about Frankie Louver since he is 4-year contract and Bobby Wagner is only a 1-year contract. Bobby Wagner as a veteran really helped out when, things went wrong with the defensive line. But to wrap it all up, this game was really good. Jaden Daniels really learned a lot. Everyone just had a
We
good
scored 3 touchdowns, baby.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns. Now, if our defense was a little better, maybe we could have won. But no one really thought we would have gotten a completely win. But remember, CD Stroud didn't win his first 2 games. And the thing I'm happy about, the Ravens lost. So thank you for tuning in to this episode.
Wait, baby, I gotta say something. I'm the one. If I was really actually concerned about one thing, I know the talent will get better as time goes on, but Cliff Kingsbury making Jaden run like that into heavy traffic again and again, I feel like that's coaching negligence. That's coaching malpractice. Would you go to a doctor who made decisions like that?
Probably not. Anyways, like I said, we're already way past our time.
We're so overdue. If anybody's still out there listening to us besides us, thanks for tuning in
to Commanders Forever.
The sad Hussein family edition, but optimists.
But very sad. Well, when he says optimists, he means me because he's really, really pessimistic.
Let's go eat some spaghetti.
Yeah. See you later. See you next time. Next time we'll be talking about next week. This is in the past.